Hello everyone, welcome to Chemizon Complete Chemistry. So our today's topic is electrochemical cells. So before understanding what are the different types of electrochemical cells, let us first understand what actually happens in an electrochemical cell. So in an electrochemical cell, there is interconversion of electrical energy into chemical energy or vice versa. That is chemical energy to electrical energy. So based on this concept, there are two different types of electrochemical cells. That is, the first type is electrolytic cell. So this is the basic diagram of an electrolytic cell. So the name itself suggests that electro and lytic or lysis. Lysis means breakdown. So what happens in an electrolytic cell is there is a reaction which is non-spontaneous or reaction which does not occur on its own. So what we do in an electrolytic cell is we provide an external source of electric energy, that is either a battery or a cell, and we provide electricity or electrical energy via means of these metal rods which are called as electrodes. So there are two types of electrodes, that is one is anode and other one is cathode. So we will talk about these electrodes later on. So what happens is when we supply electricity or external source of energy, this non-spontaneous reaction becomes spontaneous or it occurs. So what basically is happening is we are converting electrical energy and we are forcing a non-spontaneous reaction to become spontaneous or to occur. So here the electrical energy is getting converted to chemical energy or it is utilized to carry out a chemical reaction. So this is the basic principle of electrolytic cell. Now let us see what is the another type of cell, that is galvanic or voltaic cell. So in this cell what happens is there is a reaction which is already spontaneous. Okay, a reaction which can occur on its own, and with the help of that chemical reaction we generate electricity or we generate electric energy. And as you can see here, these are the two half cells which we will be discussing in this video itself. What do we mean by a half cell? And in this galvanic or voltaic cell, what happens is the chemical energy is used or a chemical reaction occurs, and as a result of which electrical energy is generated or electricity is generated. As you can see here, this is nothing but a instrument which is used to measure electric volt. So this is the basic principle of galvanic or voltaic cell. That is the chemical reaction or the chemical energy is getting converted to electrical energy. And this electricity or electrical energy generated can be used for further utilization or further use. So now let us once more summarize. The electrochemical cells are of two types, that is electrolytic cell and the other type is voltaic or galvanic cell. So what happens in an electrolytic cell is the electrical energy or electricity is getting converted to chemical energy, or in other words we can say that electrical energy is used or utilized to carry out a non-spontaneous chemical reaction. And what happens in a voltaic or galvanic cell is a spontaneous chemical reaction or a reaction that can occur on its own is the force which is used to generate electricity or generate electric energy. So chemical energy or chemical reaction, a spontaneous chemical reaction leads to the generation of electric energy. So these are the two different types of electrochemical cells. Now let us try to understand whichever cell it is, there are some basic components of an electrochemical cell. So let us try to understand what are the different components of a electrochemical cell. So whether it is an electrolytic cell or a galvanic cell, there are two compartments or two parts of an electrochemical cell which is called as a half cell. So we had already seen that in case of any electrochemical cell, the reactions that take place are oxidation and reduction. So oxidation takes place at an electrode which is called as anode. Always remember that oxidation takes place at the anode and the reduction reaction takes place at the cathode. That is nothing but oxidation is loss of electrons, as we had seen in our previous video. So oxidation or loss of electrons takes place at an anode, electrode called as anode, and reduction always takes place at cathode. Whether it is electrolytic cell or galvanic cell, this principle remains same. Now the question is how to remember this. So there is a trick to remember this. So if you seek oxidation, the letter O, and reduction, that is letter R. So these letter O come first in an alphabetical order, whereas R comes later or afterwards in alphabetical order. Similarly, if you see anode, A comes first in alphabetical order and C of cathode comes later. So in this way you can remember that oxidation always takes place at the anode and reduction always takes place at the cathode. Many times people have an habit to call this as anodic oxidation and this as cathodic reduction. So in this way you can remember always that oxidation always takes place at the anode and reduction always takes place at the cathode. So these are the components of electrochemical cell. So here we come to the end of today's video. In further video, we would discuss each electrochemical cell separately, that is what is actually an electrolytic cell, the examples of electrolytic cells, and then we will study galvanic or voltaic cell and their applications. And further on, we will also solve many numericals and we try to understand all the different thermodynamic and kinetic aspects of electrochemical cells. Thank you so much. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel for getting latest updates and notifications. Thank you.